A very interesting panel over here. We've got attorneys who studied law from outside, and few of them are representing the university, and they'll be talking about challenges in doing business globally. But before they start on the panel, let me also introduce Captain Kapil Chaudhary, who is Director Legal at the AERA, which is the Airports Economic Regulatory Authority, which has its own challenges in India. So before we discuss what are the challenges in doing business globally, let's see what have been the challenges at the AERA, and let's discuss a few things with Captain Kapil Chaudhary. For those of you who do not know much about the AERA, as in the Airport Economics Regulatory Authority, we've made a slide, we've made a presentation, a very short presentation to let you all know how it goes about. So if you see the slide, the AERA Act was notified on the 5th of December 2008. The authority established in May 2009 commenced its operation. The provisions which established the authority from 1st January 2009, and the major provisions which enabled it for its power, functions, and penalties came in 2009. So it would not be wrong to say that it's been 4 years for the authority to be in existence, and it has done a lot of good work, and the good work that you can see is probably the airports that have spruced up in the last 4 years. All because of the regulatory authority with its own agenda, with control and regulate the development of airports. The application of this law is to all the airports except the airports under the armed forces, all private and leased airports, all civil enclaves, and all major airports. Major airports are defined under the Act, which are about 13, if I'm not Captain Kapil Chaudhary, Guwahati being the last one added with the notification. Presently 16, so yeah, my facts are wrong. Thank you for correcting me. The appellate tribunal was established in 4th February 2010. So that's a good timeline to see, isn't that? From 2009 to 2010, a lot of things were established, and let's see what the organizational structure is. So we have got the chairperson, Shri Yashwant Bhave, and we've got 2 members and a secretary to assist him. Under the secretary, we have about 5 people, amongst which our Captain Kapil Chaudhary is one. We've got Officer Special Duty 2, and there's Deputy Chief and Director Policies, which I think are about to be recruited or to be notified for recruitment, is it?
Deputy Chief is joined recently, and yes, the policy is yet to be notified.
All right, okay. Now we've got the functions which the AERA is supposed to do or has been doing. The primary function about tariff. And tariffs are, if I'm not wrong, the Act says that tariff would be determined once in 5 years and would be changed accordingly to some kind of inflation. Is it? Or well, let's leave to that. Then one of the functions is to moderate the development fees, the passenger service fees. Call for information when the area thinks that there has been something that they need to inquire, and monitor performance standards of the companies, and last but not the least, some other functions which the ERA can specifically take on. Well, I'm very brief. This session is not about educating people about or it's not a lecture about the AERA, but a way to introduce what Captain Kapil Chaudhary is here amongst us, and would be very happy to answer if you have any questions. Well, I'll skip this one. They've got a lot of powers, to be very honest. They can call for information, conduct investigations, which are really a lot of powers with the regulatory authority, issue directions, and most of all search and seizure, which is one of the main powers of the era. These are about 1 to I think 13, but I'm told there are 16. So my slides are not that updated, to be very honest. Yes, this is the main part, the punishment part for non-compliance of orders with ERA. And let me tell you, the first offense costs you 1 lakh, the second will cost you double, and the continuing offense will cost you 4,000 per day until the default continues, which comes out to be huge money if you cannot comply with the orders, and that could be willfully not complying with the orders or just not being able to comply with orders. The other thing that companies, directors and managers working in companies that are stakeholders with ERA is that they can also be charged to be deemed guilty if at the time offense was committed and they were in charge of the company. There are exceptions to it, but will not go over there. Offense by government departments, the head of department shall be deemed guilty. And yes, these are the powers of central government. These are a lot of powers because a regulatory authority is as much as independent as the central government wants it to be. So but here, as any other regulatory authority would say, be it a TRAI, be it CERC, be it ERA, the decision of central government shall be final, whether it's of policy or not. It can supersede authority, and this is a regular provision in all the acts of all regulatory authorities established under the law. And then you have the appellate authority, which is called the Airport Economic Regulatory Authority, so in short called the AERAAT. The organizational structures in front of you. This bench is also headed by the same justice which heads the Competition Appellate Tribunal. So it fluctuates sittings between the COMPAT and the AERAAT. The offenses are the same, but the major penalty here could be the continuing offense, which is 2 lakhs per day until the default continues, which is a lot more than the non-compliance of orders for ERA. And that would be it. So if you've got any questions how the ERA functions, what are the powers, you want to know more about ERA, Captain Kapil Chaudhary is here all for you and will be happy to answer you. Well, I have one question to Captain Kapil Chaudhary here. Ma'am, what are your challenges when you work for ERA?
Challenges for the authority or
Yes.
me personally?
Yeah, both, could be both.
See, I am Captain Kapil Chaudhary. I belong to the Revenue Service. And I joined ERA in March 11. Prior to that, I was happily collecting taxes, catching offenders, taking them to court and producing them putting them in jail and everything. I was very happy. And suddenly, I was there in ERA. That was a major challenge. Suddenly, I was on the other side of the table. I find that there are private players who are running airports, and I am looking at ways to enhance their revenues. That was a challenge. Suddenly I found that earlier I was looking at everyone as a person who's to be doubted. He is doing something hanky-panky and he has to be caught and some taxes to be recovered. And now I'm helping him earn more. That was a challenge. But as the authority was formed in 2009. It had a challenge before it because the nation had put a lot of faith in it, that it can build a structure, it can create a system, and has the confidence of people, the traveling public, the investors, and everyone who will have faith in it that yes, it can do its job in time, and correctly. That was the challenge before the authority. So, as the first step, the authority set out a task for itself, and that was to build a transparent, rational, and a transparent, rational system where everyone knows what information the authority wants. The information is to be analyzed in a particular manner, and tariffs are to be determined accordingly. And that is what they did. It was not within the system, behind closed doors, that the system was created. No. The authority interacted with everyone. They formulated draft, what we call guidelines, for regulation of these 16 airports. Then there were, yes, 13. You were right. They were put out in public domain. Extensive stakeholder consultations were held with airlines, with commerce, industry, with passenger bodies, with cargo associations, everyone. These were refined, and there was another round of stakeholder consultations, after which the authority finalized its process as to how the tariffs will be determined for these major airports. That was a challenge. And I'm being humble, but yes, there was a World Bank study which commended ERA's work and said that this is one of the most transparent and well understood process in airport regulation. I take that credit on behalf of the authority. My chairman, the then secretary, the then member, that's Mr. Sandeep Prakash and Mr. Vijay Kumar. I commend their effort along with the entire staff. They did extensive studies. They studied the regulation all over the world, UK, New Zealand, Australia, Ireland, South Africa, Germany, how the tariffs are determined. And today, authority has finalized and operationalized the tariff determination guidelines for major airports as well as for various aeronautical services like cargo, ground handling, supply of fuel at aircraft, to the aircraft. And all these have stood the test of time till now. Yes, my orders are unchallenged before the tribunal, some of them. However, out of my